C, back pocket. Okay?
Hey, voice.
All right.
Use your voice all day. Use your voice, okay? Swannaroos on 3. 1, 2, 3. Swannaroos!
Let's go, boys!
1, 2, 3.
Strong in that quarter was fantastic.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The United States Australian Football League, in cooperation with major sponsors Cooper's, Tasmanian, and Visit Tucson, welcome you to the Kino South Sports Complex for the 2025 USAFL Women's Division I National Championship, featuring the Minnesota Freeze, alongside players from the Wisconsin Wombats and Columbus Cats, and the Denver Bulldogs, alongside players from the Sacramento Suns.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yep. Okay. All right, we're underway here in the Women's Division I Grand Final as the Minnesota Freeze. They're in the blue jumpers. They're headed from left to right as they take on the Denver Bulldogs and the Sacramento Suns. It's Brian Barish back here with Dan Sarbacker from the USA Revolution and the USA National Team Program. The Bulldogs are in the blue jumpers with the red trim going from left to right. And we're just about to get underway. As we are underway now, Minnesota looking for their second national championship in a row. And the mark is taken by Carly Murphy. Murphy with the football across the halfback line.
Former basketballer, quick on the mark there, great catch overhead.
Sending this one down the line. Looking for Connor Joe Lewis. Lewis gets it away. Going to send this one forward. It's going to go in short, and the ball gets taken free. Looking after it again is Shelton. Shelton gets taken down, no call. Now it's Allison Leonard who bangs it forward. Marks! Nice mark taken by Lindsay Mazzaros, the veteran in Mazzaros on the wing position commentary side, as Denver kicking towards the highway end, and it is almost taken. Ball goes to ground, and a big takedown in there by the number 58, and Jenna Typoletti, one of the Sacramento players, one of the best defenders in the league, and was named to the All-Regionals team this season, and it's her second, and she looks like they'll get a free kick. Will Minnesota's out was taken up high. Comes out to the near side. Bounces away from Marissa Poorboy. Going after it is Georgia. Almost going over the top, and in fact doing so. And getting pinged there from the Bulldogs is the number 11 in Alexis Grider. You can tell which players are from Sacramento because they have the red shorts, but the ball is turned over quickly to Jessica Gray.
Frees are going to want to avoid that. It's hard work winning the ball back. Don't want to give it straight back to the opposition immediately.
Ryder with a handball on to Lindsay Kastanek, sends this ball in towards the middle, bounces free, going to get picked up back the other way. That was Lauren Ewell, who was big in the victory for Minnesota as they kick this one across the far side. Here is Connor Joe Lewis. The ball is kicked up. And here they have an opportunity. This is Amanda Atkins, first forward inside 50. It bounces away from two defenders. Hill is there. She's going to get the football, gets away from the defender, and gets out a kick to the far side. And it almost dropped what she should have taken was Poor Boy. Poor Boy taken down, and she is gone.
Fantastic tackle there. Penetrating kick by Connor Joe Lewis a moment ago. Denver repels it, works around the back, but a great individual effort on the tackle.
Early centering ball, looking for Allen, soccered off the ground, taken there once again by Dvorak, sends it towards the sticks, going to get knocked down, trying to go up over the top was Hallie Kastanek. And the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. Watch AFL scoreboard, about 3 minutes gone, no score.
Geez, Dvorak got her mitts around that. That came out hot from that contest, but she speared it quickly and then rebound extremely fast back inside 50 to give the Frees a chance here.
Nobody, very little, very few people have left this ground to watch this Division I Grand Final on the setting sun here in Tucson, Arizona, as the 20th anniversary of the 20th Women's Division I Grand Final. And it's Minnesota, as we say, looking for their second in a row, and Denver looking for their first since 2015 and their seventh overall. They would tie the Golden Gate Iron Maidens if they were to do it, as this one comes high in the air, taken down once again by Murley, patted forward, a little kick by Poor Boy, picked up by Georgiadis for Minnesota, goes back to Shelton. Shelton booms it into the inside 50. Hallie Kastanek was there, spoiled by Atkins. Hill goes out the back and does well. Kicked out there by Gray. Pops up in the air up on the far side. Picked up by Flock. They send it forward now, where it's going to get taken by Saigola, who sends it back from whence it came. And the mark is taken once again nicely by it looks like Lindsay Kastanek there, the number 20.
She'll bend, don't break here from Denver. They're resisting.
Plays now up on the far side. Now ball goes to ground, and they try to pick a dandelion out of the roses there, and going up the pick. Now what up on the other side now was Leah Liberatore, who has had a great season for the Denver side. Now there is a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be a free kick, and it will be Liberatore. That is a footy name if ever I've heard one, and Liberatore with the men's side and everybody who has played over the course of this weekend. And there is, as you say, Carly Murphy, who played basketball in Australia. She is an American, and she has been a handy pickup for this Denver Bulldogs side.
I can only assume Liberatore, Denver Bulldogs benefiting from a father-daughter selection there.
Absolutely. Ball goes into the pocket. Over to get it is Saigola, who's been all over the place. No score on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Women's Division I Grand Final. Just getting her foot to the ball, but keeping it in play. Now picking that one up was Buzo as she stands it up on the far side. She's got the Mason Cox sunglasses on. I don't know what that was from Alyssa Miller, but it didn't help the football. And here comes Minnesota with the football up in the far side. Looking for the middle, screaming forward in the middle of the ground is Jessica Gray. And it's marked, it's taken.
Minnesota mid-lines doing a lot of work to get the ball moving forward. Need to have forward lines or their forwards to bring the ball to ground or be at the other end of these contests.
Ball comes back in the middle of the ground once again as the ball was kicked. Now it's going to be taken. Here comes Minnesota. That's Hoa, who will go in front. Little kick there for the number 15, who will stab that one forward. But going all the way back is Hallie Kastanek, former USA team captain. Plows it out to the far side, looking for Liberatore. Picked out of the air by Kojo. Lewis wheels around on a dime. Now walks the 30 meters out, looks inside, and it's marked defensively once again by Captain America and Hallie Kastanek.
The depth of the kicks are playing right into Kastanek's height. That's right in the region she's sweeping up. She's collected a few now.
We've played we've played a little more than 6 minutes of scoreless football out to the near side. The ball will come once again. This 20th anniversary of the USA Women's Tournament here as they hand the ball that one on. That was from Emma Bangs, the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania native, and going to pick that one up and getting stripped. Dvorak tries to get the ball forward, and now it's picked up. There's Swart, little handball. Here's Dvorak. Runs the 40, sends a wounded duck of a ball towards the goal. It'll roll, it'll skip, it will go through, but it will go out of bounds. Not a bad result for the Frees. No score after, again, around 7 minutes of scoreless football. Watch AFL scoreboard.
Boundary throw deep here from the pocket. We'll see if the Freeze can find a way to convert here.
Ball comes back into play. There is Atkins, or rather, that was Haas, who was in there trying to get the football. Now it's Connor Joe Lewis. Go, go, Kojo! Connor Joe Lewis scores the first goal of the 2025 Women's Division I Grand Final. And Minnesota on their way. 1 straight 6. Watch AFL scoreboard. Denver, Sacramento, no score.
First blood off the boot, Brian, and I've got an exciting announcement. So at halftime, we will be having a longest kick contest. On our signal, the first 5 men and 5 women to reach the center circle will compete here on the Coopers Field for a free pair of Blundstones, courtesy of Tasmanian. Emily, our trade representative, will be giving those away. So longest kick competition, 5 men and 5 women at halftime. The big boot.
And if again, that'll be happening at halftime. And once again, Tasmanian, our good friends, and Emily here once again. Glad to have them on board, and we'll have them on board for the next 5 seasons. Here is Denver, and up on the far side now as they send that one forward. This is, dropped what she should have taken. Tried to stay in front, ended up going down there once again, was Alyssa Miller, who has really been picked on so far. It's a mark, and here come the Bulldogs down the middle of the ground. The Suns, by the way, looking for their first women's title since they won the 2018 alongside Quebec. That one, a great spoil out of the back and running through like a house on fire. There is the number 10 as that one is sent forward. It'll skip in. Typoetti in the forward line. Typoetti stays with the football, shoves a player out of the way. Going to be picked up by Bangs. Bangs tried to get the ball in the middle of the ground but couldn't. Typoetti is there, harassed by 2 players. One of them finally got it. It was Sophie Pfluger. Pfluger, the national team player, going up on the far side now. Goes in the middle, looking for Murley. Overrunning the bounce was Kylie Hahn, another Freedom player. A lot of national team talent on this side. Falling backwards was Murley. Then going and being taken down once again was Bangs. And we'll have a free kick going the other way for Minnesota. They lead 6-0 on the Watch AFL scoreboard around the halfway point of this first half.
Denver threatening a little bit here. Was able to connect and link up through Carly Murphy and threatening on the forward 50, but repulsed by the Freeze with the intense tackling.
Minnesota Freeze trying to prove the theory that Yetis don't melt in the sun here as the sun goes down to our left. They're kicking towards the sun in the first half. The ball comes in the middle of the ground, bounces, going to almost get picked. That one up again was Atkins as the ball bounces free. Sliding in safe at second base there was one of the, looks like Spiller was in there, or rather that was probably Spiller, and we'll have a ball up.
Ryan, they say
free kick. Sorry, that'll be a free kick.
They say Bigfoot gets upset that Sasquatch gets all the attention, but Yeti doesn't care.
There you go. Ball goes to ground, and ball don't lie. Ball's in the middle of the ground, picked up. Hahn able to grubber that one forward. Players falling left, right, and center, at least left, as the ball goes center right in front of us. Goes to pick that one up, gets this one high in the air. There's absolutely nobody there, and everybody comes in as if they're looking for the new iPhone. Ball comes to ground. That one is kicked off the ground. It'll roll. It'll come to Lauren Shelton. Shelton, another former national team player, going to send this one down the ground, but picked off by Liberatore. And right now, SARS, the middle of the ground, they're doing well, Denver, to parry this away. And right now, Liberatore has been the linchpin.
Yeah, she's tracking the football really well, getting herself in positions. They're just blazing away. They're gaining meters from the Freeze, but Liberatore cleaned up with an easy mark all by herself.
Ball goes now through the middle of the ground. They go chasing after it. Everybody is there. There's a hit in the back, and wrapping that one up was Saigula. We'll have a ball up, or in fact, it wasn't Saigula. It was Rose Lemon. I said Columbus earlier. There is one player from Wisconsin, that's Emma Wewell, and Rose Lemon, the rookie from Chicago, the hockey player, and the ball comes through. Great shove out of there, and going to pick that one up there is Grider. Grider sends that one down. Again, everybody chases to it, and Minnesota's defense is right on there, going all the way back, tries to get it out of there, and a whistle, and it's going to be a free kick to Denver.
Looks like a throw is what he signaled.
Yep.
Incorrect disposal there. She was hot under pressure.
And the Denver Bulldogs men, and this is going to be Jenna Typoetti, who won the 2004 NFL punt, pass, and kick contest in the we won't give her age away, but she was out there. This will be well within her range. Kick is up on the way. It is stopped on the line and stays in play. Caitlin Masher-Mace is in there as well. And the ordained Buddhist priest, as well as the, she is also a doctoral candidate as well.
Nary a flutter from the flags, Brian, so no wind to help that along.
No, there's a slight flutter from the Australian flag, and that's about it.
Good result here for Denver, even though they didn't kick a goal or score a point there. They've tied it up multiple times in the forward pocket, keeps giving themselves more chances to convert.
All right, ball will come up about 5 meters from the Denver target. One straight for Minnesota, nothing for Denver. Knocked down to advantage. Going after it as Bangs. That one comes out, tries to get it out as Georgiadis. Goes up on the far side, marked over the top. That was a nice pick. And getting up slowly, I believe it's Kojo, and it is Connor Joe Lewis.
Great courage there from Connor Lewis. It just great mark overhead. She got cleaned up underneath, kind of undercut, but she came down with the football regardless.
And she, of course, a former a gridiron football player, and she's now a coach. That one was sent out on the full. And I believe Minnesota's going to get that free kick on the outer side with roughly 13 or so minutes gone.
And what a great mark, Brian, showing her athleticism. That was fun.
Absolutely. Go Kojo. Out above on the far side now. Sent down. Up on the far side, and it was out of bounds. Sun is setting to our left. The shadows are starting to take hold. The lights are going to come on probably right as the game is ending, so it'll be interesting to see how the teams do with the light, especially Denver, who's going to be kicking in that direction. This is Grider, who kicks this one forward, bounces through. Going after it there is a big tackle. There is Typoletti, who drops on. And let me tell you, Jenna Typoletti, the mom who just gave birth earlier this year, she came back, helped San Francisco and Seattle, or Golden Gate and Seattle, win the Western Regional with a supreme defensive performance. But they're going to give up the football here, and Minnesota's going to get it. They lead 6-0 on the Watch AFL scoreboard.
Umpire just sorting out whose free kick it actually is. And then we'll get restarted. General strategy to build out up that far side right now for the Freeze.
Looking for Uthusami Flock, looking for the football, able to get that free. And there again is Liberatore, who got the ball. Centering ball up high, Saigola. Kaya Saigola takes the mark. She was the most consistent last year, and the year before, 2 years ago rather. I think she has a Lose medal to her name. As the ball gets set up on the far side. This one is sent forward by Minnesota, but it's intercepted by Hallie Kastanek. Kastanek in front of the crowd. The ball is up on the far side. Sends this one down the line. Going up, and it's marked again by Saigula. A little bit of aerial ping pong on the outer side, Sars.
Great illustration there. Saigula, mark in the back, out to Lewis on the side. They stretch out, and that ultimately opens up pockets in their own defense when Denver rebounds. But the nice intercept mark again from Saigula.
And there it is, and she is right now the wall of the north. But so far, this is Jess Gray. Gray will send this one forward in one-on-one contest. Typoletti couldn't get on the second play of the cherry. She'll big it up. She is hit hard. Little handball over the top. Masher going after the football. She couldn't get it. Now it's going to get picked up by Minnesota going the other way. Georgiadis couldn't get it. This is Grider now, able to try and get it through. Liberatore sends this one up high. Who wants it? Cuoco was in there. Comes to Masher-Mace, who is hauled down by Saigola. Massive says
tackle.
the umpire, especially on someone as tall as she. And Caitlin Masher is slow to get up. She is still down on the ground. And Lorraine Cuoco is checking on her. And that does not look good. Keep an eye on that if you can, Sars, as the ball is up on the far side.
Masher still down, Brian. That was an absolutely massive tackle. Nothing illegal about it, but she must have landed awkwardly. She hasn't rolled or moved. She's picked up her head a few times. Don't know if that's a shoulder underneath or what.
And our friend Jason Becker, as well as one of the water people, have run out there to make sure she's okay. I hope she didn't hit her head.
Rolling onto her back now.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. She's also in the medical field, so I think if she knows, she are helping her get off.
Umpires stop here because the player on the ground in danger. The ball came too close, so it's stoppage right there for the safety of that player.
Absolutely, and they have her up where she is sitting. I am very curious, and I don't want to speculate, Sars. I hope that she did land, as you said, very awkwardly. And as we say, Caitlin Masher, also a former national team player, and she is trying to
looks woozy. I think we've got concussion here probably. She tried to trot out to full forward again, unable, and they're going to see her off. So that's probably a head knock.
Yeah.
Guessing maybe head contact with the ground.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's probably the case. So they stop the play. We'll have a ball up. Not a bad position, unfortunate circumstances, but the Bulldogs will have it, and Grider knocks it forward. Big takedown of Murphy, who was in there. They send it towards the sticks. It's marked! Or was it? I don't know if it traveled 15.
We heard play on, and there is a tackle awarded. So did not travel the distance or was touched on the way.
Yep, and up the far side now, there is Georgiadis, who goes out and finds Connor Joe Lewis. Lewis with the football. She has the only goal of the game, 6-0 Watch AFL scoreboard, roughly 2 minutes to go. We'll see if they add on any time for that injury as they go to the inside now. A lot of back and forth. Denver has had the territorial advantage for, I would say, maybe the last 4 or 5 minutes, SARS, but they haven't been able to put one up on the cash register.
No, I'd give it maybe a 1 or a half goal breeze traveling west to east, left to right on the broadcast for you all now. So Denver's time with the wind is winding down.
As they move inside, drops in front, gets by everybody. It is Ewell against Typoletti. Typoletti soccers it, and soccers it home! Jenna Typoletti ties the game at 6. What awareness!
It was a bit of a messy chip shot over the goalie there. She got a nice fat hop. She was able to size up and take off the volley, soccer style. That's a finish from the penalty stripe just over the goalie who got caught out position.
Leo Messi, eat your bloody heart out. What a goal, and that was very difficult because she had to get the ball first. She had to get around Lauren Ewell, who she was able to fend off with her strength and kick the ball home. 6-6 on the Watch AFL scoreboard.
Time winding down for Denver to use the wind. They did there on the beautiful goal. She soccered that beautifully on the volley.
Out to the near side once again as we are all square. This is shaping up to be a classic. We'll see how we go in the second half. This one is sent forward. Going to move forward. Going to get and pick that one up is Buzzo, who sends this one back the other way. And it drops in front. The handball all the way back. This is Allison Leonard, the former Grizzly, going up to Marks.
Probably only seconds left, Brian. My alarm's ringing, but there might have been a brief stoppage of time for that injury.
Carly Murphy will go back. She will take her time.
We might hear the siren go as she's backing up here.
Well, we'll see what happens. Here it is. This is the siren, so this will count. Murphy, left-footed kick on the way. Tapped on the line. Tapped on the line.
Oh, she got a touch on the line. Boy, that was close. She absolutely roosted that.
But that will count. That will count as a point. So they will go into halftime. Will Denver and Sacramento up by one single solitary point. At the end of the first half of the 2025 USAFL Women's Division I National Championship Grand Final, it's the Denver Bulldogs with the Sacramento Suns. 1 goal, 1 behind, 7 points. The Minnesota Freeze, one goal. What a half of football.
That was extraordinary. I'm super excited to see the second half of this game. What a contest. Tons of hard hits, tons of bodies flying, trying to gain possession. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to gain possession here because it has been so ferocious. All right, I think we're ready for our halftime. A longest kick contest. Headed to the middle of the ground, Chet Ridenour with our very generous and very amazing trade advocate, Emily Minson from Tasmania. And Chet's lining up the first 5 men and 5 women on our signal to hit the center circle. Will be entered into this long kick contest for a free pair of Blundstones.
And as we were talking about Blundstones, they're an iconic Tasmanian company supporting Tasmania's longest kick competition. So the first 5 men and the first 5 women who can, try to hit them in the center of the ground. First 5 men and the first 5 women here at the ground. And founded in Hobart, Tasmania in 1870, Blundstone has grown from rugged local roots to become a global footwear icon, and it's today worn in 50 countries.
So again, on our signal, the first 5 men and 5 women to sprint out to the center circle will be entered into a contest, long kick contest for a free pair of Blundstones, one given away to the women's winner and one to the men's.
So if you're out here in the ground and want to win some Blundstones, come out to the middle of the ground. The first 5 men and first 5 women. Put down your drinks. Come on out to the field for a second. Come on, you know you want to do it.
I'm getting big thumbs up from the Wisconsin Wombats boys here to the left cheering on. They're female in the grand final.
I see a couple.
Looks like 1 or 2 are maybe keen on a pair of blunnies.
Yep. Go out there. Emma Wewell from the Wisconsin Wombats is out there from Minnesota. Here they come. Again, the first 5 men and the first 5 women who come out in the middle. And once again, Tasmania, proud sponsor of the USAFL and the Island State, has just committed to being a major partner of the USAFL for another 5 years. Here we go.
The women are coming now. We might have the men's comp populated.
And I think we have the women's comp populated.
Well, they're not all there yet.
Well,
a couple beers in hand.
We have a few from the Bayou Brawlers out there, Dan. That's a great team, a great initiative in New Orleans by Will Mussack. In fact, I think that's Will.
All right, there's our first contestant for the men. Can we get that marked? Yep, we saw that drop. Very good. It's not the javelin. You don't have to worry about getting killed by it.
Depends on who's kicking it, Sars.
Well, I suppose so. A really good torp might be dangerous.
All right.
There's the mark for the men. Second contestant. That one's going to fall short, it looks like. So big thanks to Tasmanian for sponsoring this. 2 free blunnies on the line here for the longest kick. Oh dear. Whoa. Oh dear. That was a grand total of 1.2 meters.
Wow, that's awesome that you could follow that.
Oh, that's got a chance. Is that further? Contestant 4, yes, in fact, got the signal. That is the new leader.
And you can see Executive Director Doran James, who is helping out with this. He's the reason that this tournament has been put together the way it has been. So if you see Doran, give him a hearty handshake and a pat on the back and a thank you.
Final contestant. Oh, it's got a big hang. That's got to be the new leader. Yes, indeed. That is one. That is a half meter further. That's going to be our men's winner. Free pair of blunnies, courtesy of Tasmanian.
And I don't know.
6. We're getting a 6. We're getting 7. Everybody's just having a go, having a ping now. That's the Austin boys out. I think they're celebrating already, just wanting to size themselves up. But the blunnies have been won. Get out of here, you Muppets.
All right, men, get out of the way. It's time for the women's competition. Let's go.
We got a women's grand final to settle after this. All right, ladies, we need the 5 contestants for the women. So big thanks to Emily Minson for this big surprise giveaway competition for 2 pairs of Blundstones. The men's have decided their long kick comp already. The women up next. Emily's over there hustling. She's been an absolutely awesome partner for us. Trade advocate to the USA. I gotta get our women's contestants now.
I'll need to hurry up because the Denver players are back on the field.
And the freeze too.
Well,
they didn't want to wait for our anthems at the beginning, Brian, and they may not want to wait for the kick comp, so we might be suspending.
Well, we're almost ready to go in the second half, Sars, and some quick thoughts on the first half from you.
Well, a seesaw affair. Obviously, the scoreboard tells the story, 106 to 117. The tackling was just ferocious.
Indeed, and here we go, 20 minutes to decide. Assuming it's not tied, 20 minutes will decide who wins the Women's Division I National Championship for season 2025. as the ball goes in the middle once again. Minnesota looking to go back-to-back. Denver looking for their 7th overall in their first in 10 seasons. Here again is Murphy. She has been a prime mover and, in fact, is the reason that they have the lead. The ball goes down. We'll have a boundary throw. We'll have a ball up, rather, right in front. That is Liz Ed going against Kylie Hahn. Ed has it. And here is Hoa who picks it up. She's held and wrapped up for Christmas by Al Leonard, her captain for the USA Freedom. Ball goes high in the air. Go ahead, Cyrus.
Sniff a wind at the freeze back this time, traveling left to right, west to east as the freeze are this half. Denver working back into the sun as it sets, going east to west, right to left on our broadcast.
Ryder moved the ball forward. It was taken down. Here's umpire Lori Roop, who's umpired more of these women's championship games than anybody else. Liz Ed again, except it's Hahn who knocks the ball forward. Ryder going after it, picked up by Saigula, bangs the ball down the ground. Going to get picked up now and dropping in front. Over to get it again is Leonard. Goes back to Gray, who bangs it forward up the far side, but it's an intercept mark taken by Connor Lewis. Lewis is in between center field and center half-back position. She'll send this one up on the far side now where it is almost marked. Gray is chasing after it. Going after it again is Mariella Oha. She's going to go after the football, daughter of Catherine. And here is Catherine Georgiadis. Leonard looking for the football, almost looking like me trying to find my glasses on the floor at 6 o'clock in the morning. But indeed, it's a whistle, and it's going to be a free kick going the other way by Denver.
Throw against the freeze, so Denver free kick as a result.
They lead 7-6. Watch AFL scoreboard. 2 minutes gone here in this final term as the sun sets to our left. There will be extra time. If the game is tied, we will explain when we get out there if that happens. Ball goes to ground. Going to get scooped up now. Push in the back is called and was there and is going to be called, and it'll be a free kick to Dvorak.
Absolutely pushing the back. She had her nose over the football. She was first to it. But the offending player there pushed her in the back, so rewarded the free kick.
Ball goes up over the top. This is Hahn, who goes to ground now. Hahn rolling around after the tackle. Muthusami Flock is in there, looks for a handball. Here is Ed, who pushes this one inside 50. It bounces off the chest of Hallie Kastanek. Going to pick that one up. Big tackle. Swart is in there, and it is Jess Swart, the mom of twins. Big takedown by Hallie on Lindsay Kastanek. Just got away. It's going to be high.
High tackle. Yes, it absolutely was. So free kick to the freeze there. Under immense pressure, Denver's defense at this moment. The freeze gaining meter by meter through the middle of the ground, was able to pump it inside 50.
And the Chicago Swans boys will be behind Rose Lemon. And we have Mount Lemon, which is back there in the distance. And now she has a chance to give her side the lead. It is short. It is, now the question is did it go through?
Touched or not?
Is it touch? No!
It's a goal.
Rose Lemon! Whoa! That ball had eyes.
That surprised everybody. The trajectory of that kick came out so low and actually a reverse spin on that from what's normal, and so that actually created a lot of pace when that hit the ground, surprised the Bulldogs defenders, and just snuck underneath everything.
And that has put the Minnesota Freeze in front. 2 goals, straight 12. Watch AFL scoreboard. 1-1-7 for Denver.
Brian, we both have little kids. That looked like a toddler making a break underneath the tablecloths.
Remember, green light means go, and red light means start laughing and run faster as the ball runs down in the middle of the ground. Up to the far side now, and going to get it now. This one is Kastanek. That thing goes higher than Joe Cocker. Ping-ponged around. Somebody grab it. In there again is Murphy, who went after the football. Muthusami Flock almost. Murphy, Leonard bangs it forward now, sending this one in. Good mark coming back, and again that's Saigula, who bangs it out to the right side, finds Kathy Oa in front of the late arriving Kylie Hahn.
If they play quickly, they still have advantages in the forward line. Kathy chooses to size things up, and that's just fine as well, looking for an opening in this Denver defense.
You can do so with a 5-point lead. The first championship, second grand final that they were in, it wasn't easy as they fell to Golden Gate 2 years ago over the top. Again, that's Miller who couldn't handle it. She runs into her own defender and Swart. Hill couldn't handle the football. It pops up on the far side. Big tackle again thrown in by Jess Swart. She is going after the football tenaciously. Knocked forward by Liberatore. Liberatore able to knock the ball forward once again. Here is Poor Boy going after defender. Georgiadis now. Oh, Grider had her head down and got sent flying on her proverbial Kyber pass. And we'll have a ball up wing position commentary side.
Georgiades getting involved here all over the ground. She was really patient with a handball earlier, earned them a forward 50 entry off of Murley's boot.
Freeze by 5 points, looking for their second standalone grand final. There were members of the Freeze on the 2009 grand final. There was won by the Milwaukee Bombers side when they defeated Calgary after the Kookaburras had won the previous year. 2010 is the only year in which there were no previous grand finalists from the year before, and this is the first time in only the second time in about 10 years that Golden Gate was not involved. As the ball comes in the middle of the ground, it's worth mentioning as well, both of these teams have only played 2 games this weekend, having gotten the benefit of the new format. But anyway, here is Lewis.
Brian, we have Kathy Hoha down on some friendly fire after the last sequence. She's in range, and we're going to get a stoppage here.
Well, we'll see what happens. There's another player who's down.
That's Hoha. She was down from some friendly fire. She and Georgiades collided, trying to chase Grider out of the defensive, the Denver defensive 50 in that last sequence.
And they are coming on. It looks like they're going to play around her for now as it comes up to the near side. Well, if any play comes by, they'll stop it. But here is Grider, who picks up the football. And
massive tackle.
Tigora ran her down with a tackle that was stronger than a garlic milkshake.
Massive tackle there. She had her tail up and was on the run, but Segola ran her down. Big tackle, ball spilled the whole bit. I think we're going to get a proper stoppage now.
Yeah, I think
Hoha has not sat up.
And we saw the injury before to Caitlin Masher, and it's a shame to have another injury here. And you see, the sportsmanship here, Alyssa Miller from Denver is over, just checking on her as well.
So, Brian, I think this is a knee or an ankle the way she's lying. Her head, picking up her head fine. She's talking to the physio that's having a look at her, but they're checking her out. I think maybe legs might have gotten tangled as she and Georgiades were on the chase there. She's rolling over now. We're going to find out potentially, or have a look with the physio, what they're looking at.
And Joe, we just want to run through, while we have a moment, the winners here across all of the divisions this weekend. And men's Division 5 was won by the Maine Cats. They were with Boston in Division 3 in 2019, but that's their first proper national championship. Division 4 won by the St. Louis Blues alongside members of the DC Eagles. As Kathy coming off the field now, looks like she's walking, or are they carrying her? I can't see.
A bit of support, but she is putting weight on both legs, so maybe not knee or ankle. Don't know, maybe they're checking out a shoulder.
Men's Division 3 won by the Boston Demons and Philadelphia Hawks combination. Division 2 in the men's won by the Seattle Grizzlies. The Austin Crows won their 6th straight nationals in men's Division 1. And the women's Division 2, it was the hometown Arizona Hawks alongside members of San Diego, Orange County, and the North Star Blue Hawks, who took home women's Division 2.
So we'll get a restart here after the injury. There already was a stoppage, Segula, with the kick after that massive tackle. So the players will have to lift again. Bit of a break, but they'll have to lift again.
Roughly 7 minutes gone here in this final term. Minnesota hanging on by 5 points, and now they'll move that one up. That was Sheena Sparrow, who scored a key goal in the semifinal against Golden Gate, and she kicks the ball and gains meterage, and will have a boundary throw in roughly 40 meters from the Minnesota target.
Great result for the Freeze. That ball was on halfback. Within 2 kicks, it's all the way up in the forward pocket there. Boundary throw. That's a great result for them to get that restart there.
Ball is set as it comes back into play once again. It is picked out, and Gray is able to get it out to the near side for Denver, the Sunny Dogs. And here going to pick that one up. Big tackle on Atkins. Was it claimed? Let's see. Yes, she has paid it.
I think we're dangerously close to some sling tackles, Brian, after one, potentially 2 concussions now.
Yeah. Uthusami Flock out to the near side. Murphy, but no, it was Liz Ed who took a nice defensive mark. And now it'll be taken, as here is Ed, who sends this one deep down the ground, going up high. There is Jerry Allen. Jerry Allen pings for goal. Nice mark.
What a great intercept. On the goal line, great intercept, Mark. She played on.
Lindsay Kastanek, and she's able to get it out quickly now. Out to the near side looking for, I believe that was Miller, who goes back in. Did she get the tackle? I think she did.
She took her on, and absolutely that should be a tackle awarded to Denver.
I'll tell you what, it's not been a great opening for Alyssa Miller, but I think she more than made up for it with that tackle. She's been tenacious. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, and Miller does a fantastic job. Now they're going to line her up on the mark, and she's got to look up quickly. She's got Flock. Instead, she's going to go with a handball, and it's going to be banged out by Gray into the guts. Probably not the best move. Boom, crash opera, and again, somebody's been collected high.
Yeah, hit across the face there.
Well, hang on a second, because there's two players wearing headbands. And we haven't seen a signal for time off just yet.
It's gutsy play, Brian, from that spot to go back inboard. I love it. It's aggressive, but the ball hung in flight way too long, allowed the freeze to get underneath that, and then a penalty in the contest.
So Connor Joe Lewis, who kicked the first goal of the game, Rose Lemon, who right now has the leading goal. This is Lewis, who sends it on its way. Going to be short. Bounces in front. They have the opportunity. They swarmed in quickly. Hill stood up in the contest. Big tackle taken down, no call. And there's a little chip shot, but there was a whistle first.
She got ball to boot, trying to figure out what the umpire's called. We haven't seen the signals.
No, it's going to be a ball up.
A ball up right at that spot. So deep in the defensive end for the Bulldogs.
And the way goals are a precious commodity here. One more might be a bit of a backbreaker.
That was a big tackle without the football.
Roughly halfway through this second half and this final game. Again, celebrating the 20th anniversary of women's football.
So that must have been out on the full.
Yep, it's going to be a free kick. Now the question is, does Connor go for it, or will she look for a centering ball? She's got Liz Ed open, although she's going to lose a little bit of meterage, and I think she's going to back herself.
Not much space in there. Of course, you can always slip in behind and potentially find a pocket to target.
Denver Bulldogs men trying to put her off her game. Sends it on its way, and it is through for a behind. And now it is one straight kick the difference. Minnesota goes to 2-1-13. And Denver on 1-1-7.
Really important, Denver, to build up consciously here out of the back. They can't just blaze away. They've got to be able to connect passes and build up.
There's only been one grand final in USAFL history that's gone to extra time. Did I just speak it into existence? Muthusamy Flock is in there. Liberatore got decapitated by Sparrow, who came in a little late. And
coming up with a sore neck she's holding, and she's earning it today. She's had her nose over the football a lot.
Liberatore flips the ball up, now plays this one in the middle, marked by Catherine Georgiadis. Georgie out to the near side, going up high. It is marked once again, and Minnesota very good at stringing these kicks together. There is Kathy Hoa. Great to see her back on the field. There is Hoa. Trying to win another grand final. Send this one in short. Allen is going in after it. Comes out second best to Lindsay Kastanek. Over the head now. Coming right into your living room. Here is Saigola. Not much on that one. Ball goes up high in the air. Ball goes up into the far side. There is Gray, who is spun around. Ball comes back in the middle. Knocked forward by Georgiadis. Going down is Murphy. She was shoved down. A whole half a dozen players.
Did she drag it underneath? No, umpire signals it's his.
Yep, as they were saying, they were going mushroom farming and will have a ball up. What a weekend it has been, and I'll tell you what, this I hope this becomes a at least semi-regular tradition. Watching the women play this grand final, there is still a large crowd. Very few people of the 1,000 or so who have been here, the 1,200 people have left. They are still here watching it. It'll be a free kick, and it will go the way of Emma Bangs.
Denver really getting its first taste of the forward half of the field here in the second half.
And Bangs looks into the sun, and it's marked and taken by Saigola in front of Taipawati, and it's going to be,
she plays on.
She's going to play on. Thought it was going to be a 50. There is Saigola, marked defensively by Jess Gray. Gray has won some premierships with this Denver side. One straight kick separates the sides at the moment. Roughly, I would say 13 minutes gone. That is an unofficial clock. Out to the near side. That is juggled and taken but not paid. And then Ho-Ha drags her down. And is she going to get the free kick?
We had a
Nope.
great view of that, didn't we, Brian? I know the whole crowd side thought she might have just taken 3 bites and taken that, but the defender actually got a touch in the middle of that sequence.
Down goes, and now there's Grider out once again. Goes out to the near side, and we'll have a ball up. It'll be a throw.
That was a throw.
Yep.
Can't tell who's he's awarded it to.
Well, this is Shanera Isaac Hislop, new player, played well at regionals. And again, she looks up into the sun and sends that one on. Minnesota has it, however, and trying to get it back. Ball gets knocked down, and it's a big tackle. Leah Liberatore. Denver not letting up one iota. They're going to play it on quickly. Number of players calling for the football. They're going to go into this contest. Out the back, it's Bangs.
Nice mark in the traffic there.
Emma Bangs has it. They still trail by 1 goal.
Look at the crowd at the beer garden side of the field, just hoping for some action on this end.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Intercepted once again by Kaya Saigoa. Still, it is 13-7 on the Watch AFL scoreboard.
She has just been massive for them. A lot of intercept marks off the back.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's right up there with the 2016 Grand Final. It's right up there with the 2023 Grand Final already. Big tackle is put in there. They wanted the ball, and
incorrect disposal. She awarded that to the Freeze. Lori did. That was a big tackle. The ball spilled as a result, and she's saying no. Now she says 50. She's had enough of it. There was too much remonstration.
Yeah, and Marissa Poorboy was the one who had it, and I think that is they've tried to stall the play, Denver, and that's going to bite them. And now they're going to give up, not a sure scoring opportunity, because there may be 3 kicks from goal.
But the meters, that's the killer.
I have
her in the scoring end finally, and now they give that away.
I have about 15 and a half minutes gone in this final term. Again, there will be extra time if we're tied, but we don't know if there is yet. Denver still has roughly 150 meters to go, or 120. Sends that one up on the far side. Ball gets taken down. We are in white knuckle time, as that would have sent up on the far side. Going after it again. There is Mariella Oha. Going after it is Swart, and the ball goes out of bounds in front of Lauren Shelton. My goodness gracious me, stripe me pink and call me an Easter egg. What a ball game to finish out Nationals 2025. I thought you were going to say something. Why not? I'll just take a breath and keep going. Why not? Oh, expletive, Ken. I forgot to take a breath as the ball gets picked up once again. Saigoa is willing her team to another grand final. The ball is moving in towards. It's picked up. Big tackle. Webben was taken down. Ball was called. Ball says the umpire.
That is a game-saving tackle right there. Saigoa, a nice big booming kick over most of the traffic into the one-on-one just in front of the goal square, but a game-saving tackle by the Denver Bulldog defense.
And for now, and it looks like Murley, no, it was taken.
Shared possession.
And it's Bangs who comes out to the near side, looks up, swatted away by the Freeze, staying after the football, using her strength, taken down, and umpire says no prior. Lori Roop says, give that to me, we'll have a ball it up.
Great result for the Freeze. They tied that up, able to get a stoppage and kill a little time.
Unofficial clock, 17 minutes gone in the final term of the 20. Again, we're on the official time, where we have the unofficial time, of course. There is Murley who sends this one out into the pocket. It'll roll, it'll skip. Gray is the first to win the race. Now comes this one out to the near side, marked by Georgiadis, and they are hemming them in this half-forward line. They have not been able to get penetration inside 50. Georgiadis is going to take her allotted 7 seconds. Now run forward and switch that pitch in the middle of the ground, and once again it's marked, and once again it's Go-Go Kojo, and she's going to take as much time as the umpire is going to allow her.
Georgiadis there, nice intercept mark. She goes inboard. I love that aggressive style of play.
What a finish for the 20th anniversary season.
Connor Lewis begging her forwards to get long. She wants to just blast this in. Ends up a shorter kick. She wanted the space to open up, actually.
Jill intercepts it. 18 minutes gone. They have to go. They have to go down the ground. The Wisconsin guys who have one of their players on this team. This is Banks who sends it forward. It's marked intercepted, and that is it. That is it. The Minnesota Freeze have gone back-to-back, and the Women's Division I Championship is going to the land of 10,000 lakes once again. An absolute classic. And for head coach Paige Thicker and company, Paige Kicker and friends, with help from the Chicago Swans and the Minnesota and the Wisconsin Wombats, they are winners of Women's Division I in 2025. What a game. The final score on the Watch AFL scoreboard. The Minnesota Freeze, 2 goals, 1 behind, 13 points. Denver alongside Sacramento, 2 goals, 1 goal, 1 behind, 7 points. Congratulations to all involved. What a memorable victory in this 2025 20th anniversary season.
Yeah, what a way to cap off. We had some blowouts in the men's grand finals prior to this, but we ended the day, Brian, on an absolute ripper. The tackling was so hot in that, sometimes hardly any space to play. It ended up being a territory game in the end. The Freeze win out in the second half because they were able to lock into their forward half. Denver had very few chances going forward, so the Freeze back-to-back champions here, 24 and 25 grand final champions. What an effort by those ladies.
And let me tell you, we have seen over the last, in the previous few years where it seems to be there have been unmistakable dynasties. And let me tell you, Minnesota has really trained to hang on to this championship, but they had to earn it. And we have to say, Minnesota and Denver were the major players here, but 3 out of the 4 teams were kicked by the, for lack of a better term, the support cast. Rose Lemon kicking the winning goal from the Chicago Swans in her first ever Nationals. Jenna Typoletti from Sacramento, she rose to the top, rose to the occasion as we see the teams come to the middle of the ground and shake hands on what is, as I say, it's up there with 2016 and 2023 as one of the best grand finals I've ever seen.
Capoletti's goal was just incredible, Brian. That'll be a great memory for everyone. Unfortunately, not enough. That was the only major that the Denver Bulldogs slotted. And in the end, we said it multiple times during the game, that pressure from the Freeze, they were able to intercept mark and really repel any of the advances of the Denver Bulldogs. And in the second half, little play in the Denver forward half. It was almost all the Freeze.
As we watch the celebration in the middle of the ground, we're going to hear in probably a minute or two the Freeze song, and everybody on that team, including the Minnesota Freeze men's side, who came up short in Division III and who played well alongside the reserves, played well alongside Virginia in Division V. But we are going to hopefully get a little bit of the song here. And you see really both teams coming together, and the Denver men and the Sacramento men, as we see Caitlin Masher, who really, it's good to see her standing and walking around.
Yeah, well, we'd love to hear how the injured players are going. It was so well contested, Brian. No malice in those contests, of course. So we feel badly for the players that pulled up injured. Again, congratulations to the Minnesota Freeze. What a capstone game, an absolute barn burner, Brian, that we got to see. What a treat here at the end of a wonderful weekend.
And it's been a pleasure to have brought all of these games to you. I want to take a minute to thank Jerry Long, our production manager, who has worked for so long. And I think we're going to hear the song in just a minute. We can hear it right now. But Jerry Long, who has helped put together these matches over the course of the 2 days. Thanks to Ani and everybody else who have been so instrumental on the production side on getting this in. And again, waiting to hear the song. And to you, Dan Sarbacker, we're going to remember this one for a while.
Yeah, what a fun weekend, Brian. There it is.
It is.
Running through the tunnel of all the supporters.
Absolutely And I'll tell you what, they were made to earn it this weekend. They defeated New York in a pretty straightforward victory. And they got all they could handle from Golden Gate in the Division I semifinal. And we're going to have the awards presentation in just a moment. And so stick around the Cooper's Beer Tent if you're here at the ground. And I believe we'll be bringing that as well.
Saw the backdrop get set up. Big thanks again to Tasmanian and Cooper's being major sponsors here. And thanks for Visit Tucson for hosting us.
What sound, what absolute noises. And I think, I believe they have carried Rose Lemon. They are cheering Rose Lemon off. That is a great sight. Rose Lemon from the Chicago in her rookie season, they are cheering her off. The woman from the Chicago Swans. And the final word of this 2025 National Championships belongs to the Minnesota Freeze. Again, thanks to Jerry and the production staff. Our thanks to you, Dan Sarbacker, for your work, Jason Becker as well, to Pat Machado, Troy Thompson, to Charlie, to everybody who has brought to you these matches here. We're going to sign off. I believe we're going to have the awards ceremonies here. If you're at the ground, go over to the Cooper's Beer Tent for that. Until then, until next year, this is Brian Barish. Enjoy the Aussie rules wherever you may be, and have a pleasant good evening.